Hello guys, welcome to my channel. On this video, we're going to learn how to find absolute value of a number, find the absolute value of a number, and solve equations involving absolute values. All right, so okay, we have problems here to simplify. So we have to start by learning how to read this statement or this expression. So this expression here means what? The absolute value of 3. So to find the absolute value of 3, or the meaning of absolute value of 3, is actually the distance of 3 from 0. Okay, so the distance of a number from 0 is the meaning of absolute value. So in order to demonstrate this, I will share this number line with you, and then we are going to start by, say, for example, we know the number line here. Let's say choose 0. Let's choose this point here to be 0. And then we have 3. 3 is indicated here. This is 1, 2, and 3. So we stop here. So the distance of 3 from 0 is 3 units. So we can count 1, 2, and 3. So that means the absolute value of 3 will be 3. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So let's also use the same number line to find the absolute value of -3. I'm going to change my color to color green. So I know that I have 0, this will be -1, -2, and -3 right here at this point here. Okay, so, and the absolute value of -3 would mean the distance of -3 from 0. So we're going to count in this direction 1, 2, and 3. So which means -3 is also 3 units away from 0. So that means your final answer will also be 3 units. Good. All right, this is how we find absolute value of numbers. All right, let's go ahead and do the next problem here. If we understand this, we're going to go ahead and just walk the inside and see what we have inside the absolute value. So we have 3 minus 8, and 3 minus 8, that's clearly how we simplify what you call integers. Okay, 3 minus 8 is going to be -5. And then from the definition of absolute values, that means we have -5 in this direction right here at this point. So -5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units from 0. So again, the final answer will be 5. Why don't you pause this video and try to see if you can do the rest of the problem. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next one. So you can compare your answers to what we're going to get. So -3 plus 8 will be how you add up a positive and negative integer, so that reduces to 5. So that makes you have the absolute value of 5. So the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5 because you have 3, 4, 5 right here, and 5 is 5 units from 0. Again, that's how you finish with that one. So here we have -3 minus 8. So -3 minus 8 simply means -3 plus -8. So -3 plus -8 will be -11. And we know that the absolute value of -11 again will be 11 units. It will be 11 units away from 0. All right, so final problem here we have -3 minus -8. We know this is going to simplify to -3 plus 8. And then we know that -3 plus 8 will exactly it will be done the same way we did we solved problem D. And that's going to give us absolute value of 5. And the absolute value of 5 would be 5. And this brings us to the end of this part here. So let's go ahead and see how we can take advantage of this understanding to learn how to solve equations involving absolute value. All right, so for this problem here, we have the absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals 5. So you know that we know that if we had, for example, if we had the absolute value of -5, if we found the absolute value of -5, we get 5, isn't it? And if we also found the absolute value of 5, we also get 5. So this strategy is used to solving equations involving absolute values. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we would take this number here in the absolute value symbol, we will write it down, minus 3, and set it equal to the opposite. We set it equal to 5 first. That's the first step. Second step, step 1, okay? And step 2, we'll repeat 2x minus 5, but this time around we'll set it equal to the opposite of 5. Opposite of positive 5 will be negative 5. So this is a strategy that you need to solve equations involving absolute value. So at the end of the day, you're going to get two separate answer choices for x. Okay, so if we took the one from step 1, it will be 2x minus 3 equal 5. So I am going to change the colors. So let's solve with blue colors. Let me just separate that with blue colors. All right, so here we are going to add 3 on both sides. So add 3 to both sides. We'll add 3 here and 3 there. So we get 2x is equal to 5 plus 3, that will be 8. And finally, you will just divide both sides by 2. When you divide both sides by 2, then you get x equals 4. I have to skip one step. I had to skip one step because I believe that we're getting better with solving equations. All right, let's go to second choice. So second choice, I am going to use green. So for the second choice, or the second step here, I'm going to write it as 2x minus 3 equal to negative 5. So to move forward, we would add 3 to both sides. Add 3 here and add 3 there. So then we know that when we do this, right, uh, we're going to cross out the negative 3 and positive 3. We're left with 2x is equal to, and then we're going to combine negative 5 plus 3. So negative 5 plus 3 will be negative 2. And then we will need to divide both sides by 2. Dividing both sides by 2 to get x by itself. We'll cross out that, and x will be equal to negative 1. So the two answer choices that we've gotten now will be x equal to 4 and x equal to negative 1. So I'm going to take my eraser and reorganize the whole thing so that you can have it in one place. All right, so let's go ahead and solve the next problem. The next problem here, let me just go ahead, instead of taking it away, I will just leave it. Let's let it be so that we can still keep track of the results we're getting. For the next problem here, we have 2x, absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals to 5. So for this kind of problem here, you will begin by adding 3 to both sides and just isolate the expression involving the absolute value. So we are going to add 3 on both sides first before anything. All right, because this is a little different than what we had before. So for the first problem, we had 2x minus 3 in the absolute value. Okay, so we will just go ahead and then follow through step 1 and step 2. So but here we can't do that yet because we have negative 3, which is outside the absolute value symbol. So we can't just go directly and do step 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and cross this 3 and negative 3 out, and then we're left with the absolute value of 2x is equal to 8. So from here you can do your step 1 and step 2. Right, so step 1. Step 1 is you're going to write 2x and take away the absolute value symbol and set it equal to 8. And step 2, you're going to write, let's change the colors. So step 2, we're going to change the color to 2x is equal to, we do the opposite of 8, which is negative 8. All right, so, and we are going to divide both sides by 2. Here and divide both sides by 2. Basically, we're solving two equations at the same time. You can do that to manage your time. So that means x equals 4. And here, if we divide both sides by 2, x is going to be equal to negative 4. Interesting. All right, let's go to the third problem. I want you to try this problem yourself and see if we get the same results at the end. All right, welcome back. So let's go ahead and and solve this together. Keep an eye on your steps so that you see what differences you want to make, what changes you want to make. All right, let's go. So here we are going to first add 4 to both sides. Let me use red. Add 4 and add 4. So which brings us to 2x minus 3. Absolute value of 2x minus 3 is equal to 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. All right, so here we can go ahead and do step 1 here and do step 2 here. All right, for step 1, we know that we have the absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals 9. So we're going to take the absolute value symbol out and set it equal to 9. And then we go to step 2 and do the opposite. So we have 2x minus 3 was equal to negative 9. So we had 9 here. So we're doing the opposite at positive 9 and negative 9. So if we had negative 9 for any reason, we would have done negative 9 first and then do positive 9 second. Okay. All right, let's go. So here we are going to add 3 on both sides here, and we can also add 3 to both sides there. Let's just make sure we do these things at the same time. So we cross this out. So I'm going to drop my 2x and set all of that equal to 12. But for the second equation, so I'm going to cross this out. I'm going to have 2x is equal to negative 9 plus 3. That will be negative 6. All right, so we have to be really careful here. So next step would be to divide both sides by 2. And we can also do the same for the second equation. And we're going to cross this 2 out, and then x is going to be equal to 6 right here. Whereas here, if we cross this 2 out, we're going to get x equal to negative 3. So these are the solutions to the problems here. All right, so hope we got the same results. Otherwise, if you want to make changes, why not? All right. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you have been able to learn how to find the absolute value of numbers and also solve equations involving absolute values. See you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe and like and share. Thank you very much.